Federal agents this afternoon seized the classified ad website Backpage.com and closed it down.
The FBI believes human trafficking is the third largest criminal activity in the world.
But who are these men buying young girls and women for sex?
Nearly 30 million men, women, and children. That's how many people experts say are trapped in various forms of modern-day slavery worldwide.
June 4th, 11:19 a.m. So I hope I get some calls today. I know I really need to just follow the rules, and I want to keep Daddy happy. Like he tells me just to listen and follow his instructions, and I will be here to make him proud. My name's Kara Smith, and I hunt human traffickers. I joined DeliverFund because I wanted to make a difference in the fight against human trafficking. Traffickers are every color, every shape, every size. They're male, they're female, and you could walk by them in the street, in the hotel lobby, and you wouldn't even know it.
I'm working for the federal government, and I'm in Lashkar, Afghanistan, and we ended up coming across some human trafficking intelligence. We literally could not find anybody to take the information that we had about a significant human trafficking ring overseas. And that was really the turning point of what is, and sums up what is a 7-year story of similar experiences, where I finally said, you know, I've got the skills, I've got the network, I've got the people, and I've even got access to the funding. All I need to do is put it all together, and I can actually make a dramatic impact on this. And what we have found is that our impact at DeliverFund is far beyond what we ever imagined, and we have been devastating human trafficking markets.
The moment that really solidified my direction to go into DeliverFund was really 2 years prior to kicking DeliverFund off, where Nick and I had a conversation sitting down in Washington, D.C. at lunch, and he told me what he was working on, and I thought for sure, right, like for sure, our government has some organization, some group, some department, some agency that actually takes care of that.
I was doing some consulting, making really good money, and I had my son who was talking about bullying. After talking about what we do to bullies in my family, I looked in this mirror and I said, "You're a hypocrite." And that's kind of the moment that got me moving into this direction. The operation runs by finding advertisements for victims online, and then utilizing a variety of cyber tools and special operations methodologies. We trace that back and we find the trafficker. We turn that information over to law enforcement so that they can then verify that intelligence, and they can then go and arrest that trafficker. We also provide training to law enforcement so that we can teach them the methodologies as well as the tools, so that they can then go ahead and do this on their own without even engaging us. So what we have found is that, unfortunately, a vast majority of law enforcement departments are grossly under-resourced. What that has led to is they don't have the equipment that they need to maximize their successes in going into these environments. Regardless of whether the department purchases it or the officer procures it themselves, it's incredibly important that they have reliable and durable gear that's going to last.
Having been an operative around the world, many different locations, equipment's important. A lot of our guys are constantly tweaking their gear, looking for the newest, best piece of equipment that we can use. A lot of times we have to purchase that on our own.
Law enforcement officers have to be able to identify their target before they shoot that target. Your local law enforcement officer is usually buying things out of his pocket, so he can't afford a $500 weapon light. He needs something that works for his everyday concealed carry while he's out on the street doing what it is that he does. I really liked the fact that I could run an Inforce light. I could program it the way that I wanted it. It made sense for me, but then I could manipulate it without actually having to look at the light. We need companies to constantly be making things stronger, lighter, more power efficient. The innovation within this market actually leads to the survivability of the person who is utilizing the tool. So we need companies, and I think competition between these companies is great, because at the end of the day, that end user who's putting his life on the line, that's the one who benefits. It's that undercover officer who's out there playing the part of a trafficking victim. she's the one who benefits from the innovation. And that's where innovation within that community just drives the survivability of the law enforcement officer or the operator even higher.